1000. 1022.
Correct. Okay. That's come through. Lovely. Discord then.
Stream offline.
Unless they're all messages coming through. Did you say it was runway 23, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, there we are. We're back. We apologize for that. We had a loss of internet. And we can have everybody introduce themselves. Who we got? We got Captain Tim.
Hello. Who am I? I'm a Simfest member. I'm a beta tester for FS Labs as well, and I'm being honoured to join the Worldflight crew for this year.
Very good.
My name's James Briley. Some of you might know me.
Briley.
Briley.
I'm by the way, it's D-A-A-G. And I'm a newly acquainted Simfest member. This is my first Worldflight.
And this is, what, third leg maybe of?
Yeah, out of about
You've had 2 to practice? Or you've done more?
I've done a few weekends.
Oh, you've done those, okay.
And then this is my actual main first Worldflight, and it's very exciting.
Very good. And our observer is?
My name's John. You guys may have seen me yesterday on the stream. I work for British Airways.
What do you make card? Take off.
It's my first time here at Worldflight, seeing what's happening.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm hoping to get more involved with it. Hoping to get a couple of weekends in, and maybe even next year if I'm lucky enough to come and join you guys.
Yeah.
Part of this fest.
Wonderful. Okay.
I help some people get a few more hours sleep than they're getting on the regular base.
Yeah. Used to that with my
we
job.
Connected to that V pilot, please, Angus. So the one
what do you need?
The one that's flashing on there. Next, top left-hand corner.
Act. All right, we're down to 1 door left to close.
Lovely. There's one. There's an Egypt there. Oh, hello.
Back. You're going to need some more paper for that soon.
And that is takeoff performance, whatever you want. I've marked it as a wet runway as well.
Okay,
Quiet.
What we got there? Anything going on that one?
Right, I'll call for right. What I will do, let's just do the performance data for takeoff as well.
Okay.
So, flaps 20, please.
Sorry, what temperature?
Oh, sorry. 61.
61.
Climb 1, please.
Climb 1.
And then 20. Thrust reduction at 1,000.
Thrust reduction 1,000.
Yep. Wet.
You have to type it in, I imagine.
I think you can just do W or D, but okay. Yeah. And then we've got 138.
138.
138.
38.
149.
149. And just the max tower when you're
19.
Nice. Surprise, surprise.
Yep, excellent.
Lovely.
Right. Right, I'll call for clearance and then we can do a quick, then we can do a brief and hopefully get underway.
Cool.
Algiers, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Definitely transmitted on something.
1218.
21.8's ground, yeah. Are you hearing anything though? Because I see he just gave pushback I guess that's maybe text.
If it came through on that console, yeah, that would be a text.
Text, okay. Yeah, it's showing 21.8 for ground, 18.7 for tower.
Interesting. Oh, here we go.
Skyway
There we go.
1290 on Delta 1 going to hold short Charlie.
There we go.
It's 1290, continue taxi, Bravo 6, Bravo 5, Bravo 7, descend. Your choice.
Continue taxi to standing with choice. Skyway 1290.
It's 1290, stand up your
see.
choice, via Bravo 6, Bravo 5, Bravo 7.
Standing with choice via Bravo 6, Bravo 5, Bravo 7. Skyway 1290.
Algiers, speedbed 47 Charlie.
Feedback for Charlie. Alpha ground, good day. You're cleared to destination Palermo via 6-4 departure out of runway 27. Initial climb flight level 80, walk 1525.
Roger, 47 Charlie, cleared to Palermo, SID 4 off runway 27, initial flight level 80 and squawk 1525.
Depressing, I'm going to have to leave in 10 minutes.
Feedback correct,
Oh, shit.
start of approved call residential packet.
Roger that, we'll call ready for taxi 47 Charlie. Excellent. That's nice and anti-faff, isn't it?
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, 47 Charlie, ready to call, then ready to push back.
Oh, Roger, we'll call for pushback 47 Charlie. Okay, right, so, let's do a little brief.
Let's do a brief.
Let's do a brief, so, do you know which stand we're on?
Oh, actually, there's a note here. 58.
Good. You've seen the note. That's good. That's one of the first of many tests that you'll be getting. Can you see where we are on the chart on your charts?
Hang on, my iPad is just dying.
79 is still taxi holding point at runway 27 via
Oh,
Bravo
Bravo.
6, Bravo 5, Alpha 4.
The stand 58. Yeah, got it. I think. No, I haven't. Unless they mean Sierra 8.
I'm pretty sure it's Sierra.
S.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay, that might make.
Which is
it a bit-
where Bravo 1
Okay,
is.
then, well that's still fine. So basically, from here, what I can see is probably going to be a nose to the left,
Yep.
and then we'll just taxi down Bravo 5, Alpha 4, Alpha 3, probably to where those guys over there.
Yep.
Where those guys over there are. Have a look at the departure routing. The SID 4. We're basically going to be doing, contrary to what the navigation display is doing, we're actually going to be doing a left-hand turn at SMR, which is at flight level 40 or above. What I'm going to do. That's right, that's already in the 370 is already in there, which is great. So I think I can probably. I don't think this might show. Oh, actually, no, that's my bad. I read that completely wrong. We do a right-hand turn
What, to track back over?
to track back over that departure route. Okay.
Right, okay.
And then we go to BNA. So actually, the navigation display is accurate. So we'll probably keep the speed in the turn, and then we'll to get the radius, and then we'll sort of clean up on that routing out.
Okay.
high terrain to the south of the airfield, so any issues will
Anyone 390,
head north
ready for the
of,
call, 747.
if you look at your navigation display, I think, yeah, so if you zoom in a little bit, we've got the sector safe altitudes there, so basically anything south,
Anyone 390,
there's about 8,500
Okay.
minimum, so just something to be aware of.
Okay.
It's raining, so if we do have to return to the airfield, then we'll need to take that into account with our auto brakes.
G'day,
Yep.
975, video again standing 4, costing Algiers to Palermo, flight.
339 knots. It's not too, nothing too untoward.
Each of them
Yep.
974.
I think that's kind of anything that you'd like to possibly add.
No, that's all clear and crystal.
We do have this
Yep.
is in up, so if we do have to land, if you have to make a return land, you'll need to do pause the idle, speed brake first, then you do reverse thrust. Okay.
And there's that as well.
Yes, no, it's in that. So when you when that goes on, that'll be on to on.
That's cool.
Is there anyone outside or not?
No. So,
You might just do the
Push.
the push stuff.
yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah, well, we'll work it out. I figure I can take off the GPU, because you're on APU.
You can indeed, yes. And you can probably
Need
do
to
the
FS
bleed
Global
there as well.
Okay, bleed air is coming off.
John,
Yes, mate.
on that computer, do you know what FS Global looks like?
No, but I'll probably give it a go.
There's a little weather program on there,
Yeah.
which obviously provides the weather. And
Yeah.
then the bottom right of the screen it'll say start weather transfer.
I'll have a look.
Yeah, I'll just click on that. No, just on this one here. Should be on there somewhere. It's that one, you know where V-Pilot is? To the left of that. No, that's not that. Oh no, it's already running, it's alright. Sorry, it's connected, yeah, it's connected back.
This is 738, welcome at Algiers, taxi via Bravo 7 to stand up your train.
It's the well, Angus, that will be.
I did the doors.
Doors, have you?
Yeah, so all the doors are done.
Alright, should we do the pre-flight checklist?
Pre-flight checklist. Inspection and security.
Checked.
Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Flight instruments.
I've got 252 and 60 feet.
Same.
Same, excellent.
Parking brake.
Nope.
Parking brake.
Is set.
Egypt Air 975, stand by for push traffic behind.
Maybe previous. There we
There
go.
we
Parking
go.
brake set.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
PFD.
So I've got 149 Toga L nav VNav 8000.
Checked. Takeoff speeds.
We've got 138, 138, 149.
ACARS pre-flight.
I'm assuming that you completed
Yeah,
that.
I've completed that.
Excellent.
CD pre-flight.
Has been completed.
And taxi takeoff briefing.
No further updates.
Yeah, happy
No.
with that.
Excellent.
And that's the pre-flight check is complete.
Excellent. And if you don't mind doing your best ground, Angus, that would be great.
Before you do,
yeah.
I think I'm going to make my move.
Oh yeah?
Okay, nice to meet you.
I'll text you when you go.
Listen 390, contact tower 1.
Good luck with your meeting as well.
7 and 5, bye bye.
Yeah, that makes us question it even more. See you later.
Okay. And flight deck to ground.
Go ahead.
Hello, are we clear to pressurise?
You're all clear.
Thank you. Right, do you want to do your flows?
Last station, take off and on me.
Yeah, so what will happen when you press it,
Attention.
directions.
Station calling before, take off and on me.
So when I
Egypt Air 975, push back facing the east of Duke.
arrow to the left. Only when it starts. Okay. Excellent. Should we do
Egypt Air 975,
before start
on
checklist?
Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
Is locked.
Passenger signs.
On
Beacon.
is both,
Transponder.
and we are off and auto.
4 start Charlie's complete.
Excellent. Roger. And Algiers 47 Charlie requesting a push and start.
Feedback 47 Charlie, push and start, facing south.
Roger
Thank you
that.
very much. There's backup rule facing east to just sorry.
Egypt Air 975, please don't set in active transmission. Feedback 47 Charlie, push back facing south.
Roger, facing south approved 47 Charlie. And ground.
Egypt
Flight
Air
to ground.
975, please.
Go ahead.
We're cleared for push and start. We'd like to face south, please.
Okay, face south.
We have a
Release
master,
park brake, please.
sorry, pick the server,
Release parking
taking
brake.
off. Speed of 7975.
You're clear to start all engines.
Excellent, starting engines. 4 and 3, please, Briley.
4 and 3.
Oops. Set park and brake, please.
Parking brake set.
Roger.
Are you happy to cancel that?
Yep.
2
Excellent.
good starts.
2 and 1, please.
2 and 1.
Tow bar is disconnected. We'll see you the next time.
Ethan, I'm afraid it's by personal invite only.
Oops. Put the wrong. He did say 27. I'll have to go check with it, but I'm pretty sure he said 27. I've got 23 in there.
Right, okay.
Ground 47 Charlie. Could you just confirm the departure runway for me, please?
Start cut out, cancel that. Apparently not. And that's 4 good starts.
Excellent.
That's me to do my eyes.
Yep.
Oh, that we know about.
No. They're all going that. Yeah, I think it is 27. I'm not sure what. Well, so I've written down 27. I'm 23. Obviously didn't update
You want
it
to tell us
today.
some new data?
Yeah, can do. Yeah. Ground speed bed 47 Charlie. Still there.
All stations, I have changed voice server, so you have to all retune frequency.
Disconnect vPilot and then just reconnect. Bit of a kick. Yeah. So, yeah. I think he's still on 1218, isn't he?
Still showing, yeah, 21.8. In fact, it's just starting to fill in the other frequencies.
Ground speed bed 47 Charlie.
I'm sorry, I only got Delta 1, Bravo 6,
Okay, here we
Bravo
go.
5, Lufthansa 240.
one whiskey, request clear.
Algiers, Beaverhead 47 Charlie ready
Delta
for
1,
taxi.
Bravo 6, Bravo 7, thank you, Lufthansa 240.
Feedback 47, Charlie, 1 whiskey, 73, request clearance to Sicily. Feedback 47, Charlie, out of ground.
47 Charlie, we're here.
Feedback 47, Charlie, via Bravo 1, Bravo 5, Alpha 4, taxi holding point at runway 27.
Watch out, taxi hold short 27 to 47 Charlie.
Right, if you want, I can fill this data in if you want to concentrate on taxi, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Are we updating the checklist? I can't remember now.
Oh, no, we haven't.
Before taxi checklist, please.
Not taxi out, there's flight controls. Just give them a little wiggle.
Left.
3 up. 2 down, 3 up. All right.
4 left.
21 whiskey, out of ground, do you read?
Check.
Anti-ice.
Is auto not required?
Recall.
It's checked. We're aware of the speed brake auto.
Auto brake.
Check.
Flaps.
20.
And ground through clearance.
I think it's been received.
It has been received.
Excellent. Your radios?
My radios, thank you.
21 whiskey, out of ground, do you read?
Pretty much the same figures, there's no
Okay.
point changing them.
Okay.
So gang, as often happens with Worldflight, with all the aircraft that are coming and going, plus internets dropping in and out, VATSIM dropping in and out, we're moving about an hour late on the original schedule out of Algiers for Palermo.
Clear my side.
Captain Tim at the controls, and James assisting him. Angus is the social secretary.
Oh yes, thank you.
Are we following someone that's gone the wrong way? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's Kevin ready.
555, how do you read me?
Oh. See you later.
Brilliant. Okay, let's just keep. If you could confirm Alpha 3 with them for me, please, for the holding point. That's all right.
And I'll just be before 7 Charlie. Confirm Alpha 3.
Feedback 47, Charlie, Alpha 4, Alpha 3, yeah.
Alpha 4, Alpha 3. Speed
Okay,
before 7
so...
Charlie.
Is that this? Is that this one? I think this might be this one, or is it the next one? Can't actually tell.
Feedback 47, Charlie, I would tell with 187, and trail flight.
187, 347 Charlie. Good afternoon.
Oh, I see. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
So I think it's that and then
So it should be this little right.
right here and then left
and then
there is
left.
left.
Yeah. The one that's short of the runway is Alpha 8, so I don't know why he said Alpha 3.
That's Alpha 3.
Yeah,
Cleared
straight
for
ahead,
takeoff,
yeah.
speedbird 47 Charlie.
That's right. Let's go straight ahead.
Yeah, that's good.
Before takeoff checklist, please.
Before takeoff checklist, final load sheet.
Acknowledged.
Done.
Excellent.
Flaps.
20.
Trim.
We are 6 units.
Takeoff briefing.
We've gone on 27, so we'll just follow a normal takeoff procedure rather than trying to limit the speed in the turn.
Okay, no worries. Runway speed, E and VNAV.
Set.
Transponder.
Is Tara
For takeoff
and
check.
auto, excellent.
For takeoff check is complete. Cleared
Wonderful,
for
and we are
takeoff.
cleared for takeoff. So, setting a thrust.
Thrust set.
Check.
I'm sorry.
I'm alive.
Try to focus on that. Rotate. Positive 5.
Gear up, please.
Gear.
One,
127.3, Speedbird 47 Charlie, good afternoon.
Japan Air 951 Heavy, control radar service terminated, contact Roma radar 1288, travel line.
Actually, what I'm going to do.
Roger, 1288. Japan Air, latest outbound. Country Billwood, moving.
Go do that.
Center, hello, Speedbird 47 Charlie to 1,900 feet, climbing, flight level 80.
Flaps 10, please.
Maps 10, speed check.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, under control, hello, radar contact, continue climb, flight level 250.
Climb, flight level 250, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
47 Charlie negative, flight level 250, 25,000 feet.
A firm 250, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Just the accent.
Yeah, it's fine. Set standard if you want.
Yep, that's standard.
And Juso JD, you were asking, you don't use V1. Today's numbers, V1 and VR were the same. So simply you can call it V1 VR, V1 rotate, or you can call it rotate. The crew knows that the V1 and VR are the same. So if they don't hear anything, they're go when they hear rotate.
Speedbird 2 Delta Juliet, under controls, contact approach frequency 121.4, bye-bye.
It's gonna
121.4, chill.
Hello.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh yeah.
Right, right, flaps, yes, flap 5, please.
Speed check, flaps 5.
Flaps 1, please.
That's fine.
Flaps up,
121 under
please.
controls, radar service terminated, contact Roma radar 1288, bye-bye. Radar 128.8, Roger 121, cheers, thanks for your help.
How do you know the menu for that place off by heart? Can I have a meatball marinara, please? With Italian, honey mustard interesting. Italian. Actually, no, can I have the oat, whatever it is? I think it's a honey oat. Honey oat, please. And then I would like some peppers, olives, extra cheese if they ask for it. Sauce. Yeah, no, I don't want to sauce that. That's fine.
Thank you, Christopher.
You happy for me to release the cabin? Yep.
Yes, please. Thank you.
It's 47 Charlie, proceed direct Molja, Mike, Oscar, Romeo, Juliet, Alpha, climb final level 350, flight level 350.
Redirect Morgia, climb file level 350, speedbird 47 Charlie.
Cubez, I just ate a Subway for lunch today. Everybody's
Hey, would you look at
kicking
that?
in. Barbecued meatballs on cheese, with cheese.
Other sandwich shops are available.
We were commenting on the last leg how the quality of the clouds, the imagery,
Yeah.
really, really good.
It does look really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, excellent.
Lovely stuff. Have to take off, shall
Have to take off. Great.
landing gear.
Up and off.
Flaps.
Up.
Air conditioning pressurization.
Set.
And altimeters.
So we're standard. I'm passing 12,600 now.
That's checked.
I'll take off the test complete.
Lovely.
Very good.
Jonas 457 up to 4.
So we don't have a very long flight today over to Palermo.
1467, go again. Yeah, 457, please. Would you like please to double confirm your destination? Confirm if you are in the Challenger. Yeah, give me just a second, I'll come back to you. Roger.
Yes, if the screen's showing Algiers as the destination, that's incorrect. We're going to Palermo.
Did you put the right number in here?
I
Kick.
believe so.
Sidney Kenson wants Craig to fix the map. I think that's been a common complaint. I guess it overloads the system and kicks out all the different systems competing for
Yeah, 19.
priority.
Okay, interesting. I don't know how they do it. It's not something that I'm very au fait with.
No, that's the problem with having me sitting back here. Is I don't know how to do any of these things.
I think you do a very good job. Very good job. If you ever decide to retire from the skies, I think you can make a good round
pushback.
Good pushback and rampaging.
Well, I used to do that earlier in the career. So
How did you get into aviation? How did you find your way to the left seat of a G4, G6? You know, that kind of.
well, I started off working in a hangar.
Okay.
So I was cleaning the floors,
Yeah.
mopping the perimeters, cleaning the airplanes, fueling, then moving the aircraft in and out of the hangar. So I had a pilot's license at the time, but just no job. So I just kept working until I worked my way up in the company. So I started mopping floors, and 17 years later I was vice president. So I
That's not a bad position.
worked
to,
my way up, yeah, and started doing flying about 3 or 4 years in. And a Cessna 310, then a 414, then a Cheyenne, Citation, Falcon 20, Falcon 10, and then Westwind, Challenger, Gulfstream. So,
Well, you must know the business quite well then.
yeah, from
If
the
you,
ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm from Toronto, Canada, J. Clay 80. And in Toronto is where Flight Deck Solutions has their manufacturing facility just north of the city of Toronto. And when I was starting to build my own flight sim, I started making some purchases of their plug-and-play 737 items. So I have a 737 overhead, glare shield, CDU, FMS, and and then built my sim. Got to know them, and at one of their open houses, I met Gary Oliver and Ralph Watson, who came over to celebrate the open house with people that they had met. So I was introduced by Peter and Steve Koss to Gary Oliver and Ralph, and anytime I was on a flight over to London, I used to drop into Ralph's and fly his 737 sim, and then heard about Gary building a 747 sim. I think every pilot in the world would like to have flown or fly
I bet.
a 747. So getting to come here every year and fly, it's a thrill.
Yeah. Closest I'll probably ever get to a flight deck, but so it's a nice environment to be. Never say never. I am going to be 30 next year, and I'm pretty sure that's getting towards the cut-off age for new hires. Oh, yeah.
Say that.
Yeah, so.
Well, then you just go into corporate. There's no age limit for hiring there. And group flight. I don't know how you pronounce that. Group flight. I said he's been to Beaverton and Aurelia. To make things worse, Tim Hortons is opening in Belfast, he says. All right. Canada's famous for Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons donuts and coffee.
Is it a donuts? Is it a donuts?
Yeah, it started off as donuts. Tim Horton was a famous Toronto Maple Leaf hockey player, our national sport.
Okay.
And the hockey players at the time didn't own the millions of dollars like the athletes of today, so he needed to have something beyond his professional hockey career, and he bought a donut outlet, and then he started to do some expansion on it, having a couple of places. And then he was killed in a car accident.
Oh, right.
And his wife carried on the business and eventually was purchased by a gentleman that Ron Joyce that turned it into a huge corporation. So,
okay.
but known for their coffee. And there's people like my wife that can't start their day without going to Tim Hortons and getting a coffee. So I'm sure there's the equivalent here, the Starbucks type of thing, and Costco,
Yes, I've become one of those brigades where now on my way into work I'll go get a coffee from Pret or Starbucks or wherever we got around. Or that does take a hit on my wallet. I've noticed, unfortunately.
And it's amazing how many people can't start their day without driving to work with a particular brand of coffee. I don't drink coffee. My wife tells me that McDonald's coffee is as good as any, but nobody wants to go to McDonald's to get a coffee. It's just it doesn't have the image as you drive in your Audi.
You okay, step out for a sec just to make a phone.
Yeah.
Alright. But you have the radio.
I have control. Tiger Woods, no, Chewy's not here yet. I believe he's turning up at some point. I don't know when.
Who is Chewy?
Chewy is a streamer from Twitch.
Oh, okay.
He's been here before. He likes to talk quite loudly on his channel.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, there was a gentleman back here, he was talking about selling Concorde shirts.
Yes.
And what's his connection? And who is he? I heard him being introduced, but I didn't know.
Yes, so that was Ian. He's one of the sort of directors at the BA Virtual Airline.
Oh, the virtual airline.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he fly the Concorde?
He does on the sim, yes.
Okay, because we saw Concorde taxi in somewhere and see the
yes.
fellow?
No,
it's a different one.
That's likely to be a chap called Martin.
Oh, okay.
So Martin likes to fly the Concorde.
Yes.
He really likes to fly the Concorde. Yeah. And it's quite lucky I came across quite a good looking Concorde model for the AI. So rather than him showing up as not a Concorde, I've been able to make him show up as a Concorde, which is quite nice because you don't see it around very often.
No, and it was, now that I think of it, it was when they taxied in JFK.
Yes.
And they're at the BA terminal, and then the Concorde taxied in, which was just beautiful.
Probably more than likely Tornberg, who is his username is TP331. So I know he's been very generous with some donations this week. He's probably trying to get his hands on some sceneries. Who knows?
Yeah, I've been. I need to find out what the what the giveaway is for this leg. I asked Jorge if he could find out inside. We haven't got that. J Clay 80 is asking, can members of the public visit Flight Deck Solutions? I think the simplest thing would be to drop Peter Koss or Steve Koss an email. You can contact them through their website. They're great guys, and I'm sure that they'll be able to answer that question. Obviously, it depends if they're around. They're quite often in and out. It's a busy manufacturing facility, but in their lobby they often have a full setup. I think they have an A320 in their lobby right now.
Oh, nice.
And also they have their I feel bad, I'm trying to remember what they call their small Jetmax.
Yeah.
They have Jetmax sims quite often in their lobby also.
I think if I had some space for a Jetmax, I'd have one.
Yeah, I've flown them. They're very, very nice. Yeah, and you know, for all of us, it started off with just a computer screen and a flight yoke, you know, strapped to the table. The Jetmax really is a great step to get away from that, yet not have to mortgage the house to do the full size sim.
Yes, they look like I'd like them to do hopefully an Airbus version of it. I'd like to see that. I think that would be nice.
Yeah.
That would. I'd probably almost throw my wallet at the screen, I think, if I saw that. Except I live in quite a small flat in East London, so I haven't really got the space for it at the moment. So.
Yeah, they really don't take up. I mean, if you're going to be sitting at a desk, they really don't take up any more room than the desk. So
well,
it's.
Well, I guess really what it is. I guess if they were to do a 747, I guess it's from what I saw the 73 one. It's basically cut off like that.
Exactly.
Not sure if they have the. Not sure if they have
the 737 one is narrower, so I think
okay, so they've included it all, but it's like that, isn't it? And they cut it off there.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But you get everything else. But do you get an overhead as well with it?
It's an option, yeah. And it just comes up on this great whack of a steel beam almost, or whatever it is that holds it in place, and it just sits rigid above. Yeah, it works very, very well.
Yeah. That'd be.
Casino-rama is still, north of Toronto. Really nice casino in Quebec. J Clay 80 likes the casinos. Not a problem. I know that Gary, who owns this sim, loves going to Vancouver, Canada, and it's one of my favorite cities in the world. And we did a crew change there for our aircraft was going over to China and spent 5 days in Vancouver. It was sunny and actually quite warm, considering it was late October, just before I came over here, and it's just spectacular. You've got the float planes flying out of Vancouver Harbour over to Victoria Harbour on Vancouver Island. It's just incredible city.
Yeah. Hi Martin. So TP 331 is the Concorde nut.
Ah, very good. Welcome.
No, I love Vancouver as well.
He only likes the casinos if he can win. Yeah, well then, not many people like casinos. Although I guess if you go there enough, you get your winnings. Yeah, like Prop Forward says, you don't need to have a bed in a flat. Just have a sim. On CYYZ 1984, I was running the PMDG software for my 737 performance. I use the sim basically as a twin jet, and I just adjust the landing weight to get VREF of various business jets that I'll help people with in my sim get prepared for going on course on a biz jet. So we find out Learjets, VREF speeds 124, I just adjust the passenger weights and fuel on the 737 software until it matches the VREF of the Learjet coming in, and then we use it. And then I put some tape across the flap selector and put in the same flap settings for each particular jet that we use. But the software has worked well.
I guess there's not too much of a difference between, I guess, the flight dynamics of the 73, the lighter weight, and
Yeah, like if you make it very, very light, it goes like a rocket ship. And then of course if you make it very, very heavy, then it operates more like a heavier. So just make the adjustment to make it work, make it fit.
I have seen actually when I've been spotting before, like some private jets that go up and they literally just go like vertical.
Yeah.
And apart just climb like an absolute rocket.
Plus, the other thing is, if you own a business jet, like our company does, they own it so that they can save time. They don't need to go to the airport, check in 2 hours advance. They can literally, in most cases, drive their car up to the door of the aircraft.
Morning, sir.
Wriggles, good morning.
Good morning. Good. You had a nice sleep. Yeah. How was your approach to Innsbruck?
Want to put the headset on? Okay.
Yeah.
So good afternoon everyone, I hope you're all well. I was just asked the question, how was the approach into Innsbruck? And if you weren't with us at I think about 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning, it was very nice. So if you have an opportunity, go watch the VOD back. What would it be, about 4 hours ago now? Something like that? 4 hours ago?
Yeah.
4.5 hours ago. Skipped the bit where we went in for hold and ignore the fact that we lost radio comms, but other than that,
Yeah, well that's common.
it was a very enjoyable approach into
What was the weather like there?
Very nice.
Oh,
Actually, it was beautiful because we came through like a cloud base at about 6,000.
Oh, nice.
And the RNAV goes down to I think 2,900, so we broke through that cloud right in the valley. It was brilliant.
Beautiful.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, that's my favorite approach in the sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, it's a shame because we did ask for the circling 08 when we made initial call, but instead what they did is they fired everyone to the opposite end of where we were coming and brought us in on the RNAV, which
okay.
isn't as fun. But
Yeah, it's not as fun. Yeah.
So you're going into the beautiful Palermo.
I am, yes. The scenery is fantastic. It's
Oh,
mainly the reason that
For
I've
RF, I think it's RF scenery design, isn't it?
no, it's Jetstream Designs.
Oh, is it Jetstream
They
Designs?
did Milan.
Milano Linate.
Linate. No, beautiful scenery though. Just to make sure that we don't hit the massive rock.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it, to the south of the airport, I think.
Slightly big, it's slightly like 3,500 feet or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Because it's somewhere that I was flying in and out of with the 717 when I got it.
Oh, okay, nice.
Voltaire.
Okay.
I love the airline Voltaire.
Flight Sim Andy says good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Good morning. Who's that? Morning. Could you, Angus, if you just tap on Virtual 170's name, that's it, and if you just hit that 2-minute button. That's it, perfect, wonderful. Thank you. Saved us all. Thank you very much for that, Angus. Morning, Hikari. Morning, Wazzy. Hello, how are you?
Wazzy thinks you're a legend.
Well,
There you
clearly
go.
under misapprehension, isn't it? This man here is a legend. I'm merely a pawn in the Simfest team. So where are we, boys? We tracking the North African coast by the looks of things?
We are indeed. Dab, Dicker.
Dab and Dicker.
Yep. Do you know what? I've got no idea where they are.
No, just make sure that they're separate places.
Yep.
I can see LIEE over there, which is that's Sicily.
No,
Or is
it's
that the bottom of
not.
Corsica? No, that's the bottom of Corsica, isn't it? That bit.
Olbia?
Olbia, yeah.
Olbia.
Olbia's one of them.
Malta, one of our diversions, and actually we got diversion. We can't see it from here. I think we got. I think we'll put Catania in there as well.
Are you
but-
not going to go to that famous alternative directly south of Palermo, Tripoli?
Tripoli.
Is that what I suggested on route alternate? If all else fails, go to Tripoli.
think Chewy, do you know when Chewy's turning up today?
Chewy, 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 baby. I believe he's turning up for my flight. He's my guest of honour.
Oh,
At
okay.
Samos.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
I bet you're looking forward to that.
Yes, providing I turn his mic down before his arrival. Don't tell him I said that, chat. Don't screw me over now. Don't tell him I said that.
So this has been a common complaint that I guess the board still
yes, the
shows
flight
that.
board's knackered. Unfortunately, myself, Gary, and Mr. Parkin indulged in some I don't know if it's still in the sim.
Some coffee?
It was some coffee, yes,
Okay.
but it was from Martin Tornberg coffee,
Oh dear.
which was
Oh no.
sweet,
Oh,
Sweet.
yeah.
and it was something like Klagen Punch, and it certainly packed a punch.
Okay.
Yes, so I was getting more progressively affected by the coffee
Yep.
the more the flight went on.
Right.
By the end of it, Gary disappeared completely, where I think he thought, if I don't go to bed, I'm going to die. So he disappeared about an hour into the flight and just never come back.
Fair enough.
And me and Parker Parker was asleep there for a good 20 minutes, and just said,
He does that.
Yeah.
He does it well.
and the evil chap wouldn't donate the master caution to get him to wake up. So yes, it got quite messy.
And Mr. Kelsey is here as well, was he?
Mr. Kelsey was the utmost professional.
I expect nothing less, actually.
I think if you want to see how a brief is undertaken, the intimate brief is good. For what I vividly remember of it, it was good.
Did you finish the bottle?
I'm not sure. I'm sure I left it in the sim. Is it not next to you, Briali, on the right? Because parking kept knocking it over.
Oh God.
I'll have to. I'll go and check it.
I didn't clear it up. I didn't clear it up this morning. It wasn't with all this stuff
it
on the
may be
thing.
out in the galley. But there was a little. I'm sure we had a little bit left because I don't think any of us could face it any longer.
Do you mix that coffee? Do you have to dilute it down, or were you?
No. Just we were swigging out the bottle. Yeah, it got to that point in life where, just straight out the bottle. How are you, Biali?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
alright.
proud to see another member of the team wearing shorts in the sim.
Yes, everyone complained. I got a message off.
Mate, you're fine. If he gets his Yetis out now, I'm going to go crazy.
Oh, we've got a no Yeti policy in the flight deck.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Although Gary completely disregarded that yesterday, which he did apologise for, in fairness. But at the end of the day, I can't tell the owner of the sim, please get your feet away from me.
You just looked a little bit disgusted and tried
Yeah.
to edge away a little bit.
Angus, do you have a no shoe policy in the Gulfstream? The shoes on at all times?
Yeah, that I know of.
Good, just make sure. I don't think you'd put up with it, that mumbo jumbo where people start taking off their shoes and socks.
47 Charlie, contact runway number 28. Bye-bye.
128.8, speed before 7, Charlie, good day.
All right, so yes, Dave, you're back in the next leg, and you're flying off to
Samos.
Roman, hello,
Samos.
speed before 7, Charlie, flight level 350, direct
Greece.
board you.
You seen them?
6,700,
You have a look
2,000
at the,
meters.
If you have a look at the approach chart,
VOR,
check that out.
nice.
So it's a VOR.
Oh, that's got to be pretty.
Circling there.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
Which is
donation.
not permitted.
And are these?
Yeah, that's
those-
high terrain.
Sorry, say that again, speed before 7, Charlie.
Sorry.
Tango Romeo Papa 2 Delta for the ILS
Oh,
runway
okay.
25, speed
So
before
that-
7, Charlie.
Okay, so he's actually taken us to Salab in that case.
Yeah, so it's a pretty sweet approach.
Right, and the other notes on the approach into Samos.
Turn
Moderate or severe turbulence may occur on final.
Yes. And you tend to have a prevailing, the wind tends to come from here, but then it's sheltered once you get behind the mountain. And the issue is that at night, you just can't see anything. And I think it's going to be at night when we land here.
I don't know. I don't think it will be.
I did the time. I synced the times when I did my video.
Oh, okay, and it wasn't.
It was at night.
Just it's right at the greenhouse, isn't it?
Yeah. No, over the
That's Samos.
left of the town, over the top of the greenhouse.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Interesting.
I watched your video. That's it. Oh, yeah. Classic.
It makes me
And it
feel
was
warm.
just perfect.
It
when
makes
you
me
lined
feel
up.
very warm inside that Angus watched my video.
That's
no.
right.
Do you know what? I don't know how I did it on that second attempt. I did actually nail it.
Yeah,
But
well, it just
because
rolled
of,
out on.
because of the PMDG flight model, it was a little bit odd. It kind of floated me right up. But I particularly like the external view when I did it, because you see actually how close your wing is to the
Oh
ground.
yeah, that was impressive. Yeah.
Right, boys, does anybody like a beverage? A tea, coffee, or water, or Coke?
Ooh, can I have a Diet Coke, please?
Yes, I think we
I'll
perhaps
have
have
a
Diet Pepsi. Is that adequate?
That is adequate.
I'm
Okay.
okay, thank you.
You're
I've
okay,
got a
Charlie?
beverage.
Okay, for now we're waiting for lunch to come.
Ooh,
Oh, yes, I'm very
Sorky was
excited.
picking up lunch.
I have to admit, if I'm a customer behind Horgy and Subway, I'm going to be furious.
Sydney Kenton, £9. Little interruption on your chats. Let's make others donate too, no matter if there's nothing to win on this flight.
Oh, there'll be
Sydney.
something to win. We just have to figure out what it is. That's all.
Yeah.
What's
Sydney,
another
that's very kind of you. Thank you very much for that. Yes, we could do. Yes, absolutely.
one? Oh, funny story about that actually.
Do you want to win it, little one?
SE747, £13.39. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you very
747, very
much.
kind.
I'm going to the same concert as your brother,
Right. What
Sorry.
concert is that?
Martin Garrix, on the 25th of November.
Oh, nice. Have you spoken to my brother?
Yeah,
before?
we chatted one time because we was on the stream in the chat and we got chatting about music.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, he's a big house party.
yeah.
And same as me. I mean, I think I got him into it really.
Oh yeah? Oh, excellent. So then we started talking about producing music
Yeah.
and then, you know.
The only thing for me is I'm house music from like the late 90s, early 2000s. Give me a bit of Push the Feeling On by Nightcrawlers any day.
Amen, Passion. It's a great
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. Bit
Oh,
Jocelyn
cool.
Brown.
Yeah.
The best late 80s, I think, Jocelyn Brown.
That's cool, that.
Dave has a poor taste in music. Angus, if you just click on Virtual 170's name.
Oh, I can do it from here.
He's
can't
back.
I?
Hello.
No, I can't.
Dave has poor taste in music.
How dare he?
But Jacob the Fox says he's going to try a Samos landing in a 777 next week.
Nice, that's it.
In a group flight.
fun.
too.
So a reminder that
Who
if
led
you-
a Vici into the right seat?
a reminder that if you are flying with us on the Greek sector, the next one, make sure you have two other sceneries installed, which is Heraklion and Kos, because the Greeks weren't, let's say, they're lovely people, but not particularly accommodating of Worldflight. And they did have a small issue with the fact we were taking 35, 40 people into Samos at once. So yes, there will be a chance that you will be deviated to one of the neighbouring islands, which is Heraklion or Crete, as we will know it here, and or Kos. So if you have those sceneries, make sure you install them.
A great idea, though.
And that way, yeah, it actually splits the load. So this will be actually one of the, I think, the only airport on the whole route that will actually be split up as a group. But what Greece are planning to do is try and get us all away together, and we'll, line up on the way to, I think it's Amman after. Then we go to Amman.
Yeah, that's me, Captain. That.
No.
Samos.
And I think, did you not mark that you wanted Amman?
Yeah.
Did you do it by mistake?
Well, departing Samos.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun, yeah. So I think the takeoff from Samos is up.
Yeah.
Right.
That's full power jobby.
Yeah. Oh no, I reckon you'll be able
Oh
to
yeah,
beat rate at Samos.
fine actually.
Right, boys. You wanted a Diet Pepsi. You're okay, and
I'm
you're
okay.
okay.
Thanks, Dave.
Right, chat.
Thank you, Dave.
Love you lots.
So how do we deactivate it? No, I didn't. Somehow,
I didn't do it. I think Flight to Manny must have done it.
because I noticed he was back on.
Oh.
Is he? Okay. Can's fine.
Okay, Monkey, you're safe now.
Alright. What have we got? We've got just under 20 minutes for our arrival. Should we do some kind of briefing? Would you like to discuss our
have a
approach?
chat?
Have a little chat.
Little chin wag.
Come on. That's fine. I don't mind. That's fine. Thank you. So, do you have your arrival charts up yet?
I'm waiting for this thing to load and then I'll be with you.
Oh, let's have a smell.
Oh, it's that coffee.
It is. Martin, are you still here?
I think it's coffee with 2 sugars.
Yeah.
No, 3 sugars, 4 sugars, 5 sugars.
Wow. Martin, that smells a little bit like the kind of coffee you
Turps.
strip paint with.
Terps.
How do you still have a stomach?
What was it?
But I will try some of that coffee later on. It smells quite nice though. It smells. I've noticed that in Europe they seem to have sort of herby smelling
Yeah.
drinks
A
and
lot
stuff.
fresher.
Yeah.
TBE 331. Welcome.
Right. Okay, let's have a look at this arrival. I think the arrival itself looks fairly straightforward. So from Trapani, we're going to Salop.
Yep.
Well, you're going to be flying this.
Yeah.
So,
In my brief.
well, I can host the briefing, but you may need to require the bulk of the information to think about what you might be doing.
So this thing, it ends at Salop, so I can only imagine it's going to be radar vectors off of Salop.
Yeah, so we've gone for the ILS at Zulu for 2.5 because 2.5 is in use at the moment. Terrain considerations is probably
Not the main threat of
one of the
this.
main things.
The highest peak is 167.
The closest to the airport, yeah, on the chart you've got 3450, which is sort of southeast of the airport itself.
Ah, yeah.
Do you have it? We can do some gates.
I like it when you set those up, so I'll let you do.
Well, no. So this is so what we've got here is the MSA for the airport. So anything in the southern half of the circle,
Yep.
we've got an MSA of basically 7,000 for simplicity. 5,000 above to the north of it, but that is the sea.
Yeah.
So I guess the only thing there will be any incoming and outbound traffic from there.
I've got 8,500 above.
We do, yes. And that's on the chart as well, I believe, is it? It is. So it is. Yes, that is correct. So well, that's fine because by the time we get to Salop, and if they start vectoring down here, with one of the other approaches where you do the VOE arc,
Yeah.
that's fine. There shouldn't be any reason why you should be overly high. It might feel it because I know you're sort of reasonably close to the
Yeah.
airport, but
Got enough room to manoeuvre around anyway.
yeah, I think it's once we sort of come round and we're sort of establishing on final. It's going to be quite. I would say it's going to be probably 4,000. I think actually is that 4,000? Yeah, so Lavra is going to be 4,000. As we're essentially going to be establishing 4,000 rather than a more say normal or expected 2.5. So slowly, I think if we're turning, we can slow down quite easily to sort of a 210 mark. I'd have thought at Lavra or flaps 10 at least. Well, 180 flaps 10 probably is a good situation.
Probably like an
there.
early configuration might be easier as well.
Early configuration, it's not as though we've got.
Well, actually, we're over the sea, aren't we? Over that.
We're going. Well, yeah, we're going over the sea. The early configuration, I would have thought, if it was a higher altitude, or we had a particularly difficult inbound route, then I completely agree with you. We don't need to sort of do anything out of the norm.
Yeah.
Because that's still 15, 20 miles.
Yeah, that's no point.
So hopefully no need to sort of overthink it too much in that case. So if I go into fixed page and I put this one in again, so I'll do a 10 range ring. So 10 miles is probably going to be, well, that's going to be flaps 20,
Yeah.
really. The larger is 25. What I might do, if I set 45.
Hey, alright.
Hi, John.
Hey, James.
Angus.
Hi John, Tim, how you doing?
Hey, James, nice to meet you.
Hi, how you doing? Yes, not too bad, not too bad. Thanks. We're just discussing our arrival into Palermo at the moment.
Sorry, say again, Spirit 47 Charlie.
There's just a transmission there.
Tripinia Fall Level 190 and 1 Spirit 47 Charlie.
So,
So Tripinia 190.
so I'm going to put that into hard altitude restriction as well there,
Thank
just
you.
to keep us situationally aware. So what's that looking for our... Well, we've got about 106, so we've got about 10 minutes to descend.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, so what I have just done, I've just put a 45 track from the airfield.
Yeah.
So that can, I guess that can. Actually, I'm going.
Oh, so that's all the zones cleared out.
It's the zones. So I'm just going to do this one again. So if I'm going to put 0, 2, 5 and 10. So you see the
yeah.
2-5 track. That's probably a good idea for, or just a little nod for starting to get things in gear for landing. So
that's cool.
I guess if we could try and maintain sort of 240 to that point there, should help with the. But then if they're going to start vectoring us around, keep the speed. If we don't get any speed, hopefully we don't get any speed restrictions, and we'll just vaguely follow that kind of.
Yeah, that's cool. From what we saw when we departed, there weren't that much traffic about. I haven't seen anything on
No, I'm not sure how many people are with us at the moment, or if we're looking at a particularly heavy traffic load.
Yeah,
Spike TV, hello.
There's nothing on above or below, so
let's just keep up below for the time being. Let me have a quick look on that map.
Jacob the Fox, we're pretty delayed as it is, so anytime you can load up from now onwards.
Oh, we're actually, look like we're ahead of a lot of the traffic at the moment. Yeah, so we've got Qantas 25 and Velocity 738.
It's nice that we're sticking as a group with those guys.
Yeah, well, actually, we're not too well. I say we're ahead of them, but probably only by about 25-30 minutes. Yeah, so I think that's fine. They've got how many aircraft? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 currently inbound, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 aircraft on the ground.
Alright.
So hopefully, actually, we've got a bit of a gap in front of us, so hopefully we shouldn't have too many speed restrictions.
Runway length is 3,300 metres, so you're happy with flaps 25?
With flaps 25, I am happy with flaps 25.
Lovely. And do you want to call it level 3 or 2?
Level 3. I was going to try and have a look at this. Whether I can work out or not is another matter, but let's have a look. So
3,320.
So what's our landing weight going to be? You got the flight plan handy?
Yes.
Making a mess of my flight deck.
Remember we're a tad heavier as well because of the extra fuel.
We are, aren't we? So we're actually
And tempers.
going to be about 6 tons. So 245. Let's say 245.
Yeah.
Put 5,000 feet. 45. Yeah, I'm having auto brakes 3.
Level 3.
So I know if we look at... Oh, I am the short horse on a Quizmeister. We will be having hopefully another quiz this evening that I've been working on. It should be as equally awesomely terrible. Does feature some questions on the other Worldflight teams as well, which I think should be interesting. We'll hopefully put a little announcement out when we know what time and people can join in. I think we had about 95 people joining us last time. So I wonder if we can get a prize for the person who gets the most.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes. Right. So if we have a look at the actual airfield itself.
So there was a question earlier on, Tim, what's the captain's surname?
My name?
Yeah. It's
Mitchell.
Okay. I don't know if that means anything. Whether they've seen you in a police lineup or something like that?
Okay, probably someone from the VA.
Okay.
So the actual airport itself.
So I'm just going to dismiss. I'm going to try and find out what we're looking at as the giveaway on this leg. We've been waiting for that information. I'm going to come back and see if I can get that. Hold on a second.
So we'll hopefully look at exiting via Charlie. I think will be well. I won't natively aim for Bravo, but you know, Bravo Charlie, and if we have to then go up to and just come off, turn off at runway 20.
Yep. I imagine they'd be fine with that. I don't see any
yeah,
issue with that being used.
we're on the main runway. They're not, as far as I'm aware, they're not using the 20. So we overrun a bit. It's not too much of an issue. I'll just probably keep the speed up a little bit to get off at that other runway.
Yeah.
Okay. It stands. I imagine we might be on the ramp there, or possibly on the heavies over there. I don't know.
We're being quiet. We might actually get a stand number.
Well, there's like 15, 20 aircraft going to be there.
Yeah.
Excellent. You gentlemen come far?
Oh, cool. Hello, Flying Commander.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Aviator, just some
It's
visitors
the
that just
tactile
popped and say
feel
hello.
of is brilliant. I mean,
Game Spy, yeah,
stuff
hopefully.
with,
All seems to be
Airbus bits
back
and
to
pieces
normal
that
now,
have
thank
got
God.
on it. It's good, but there's just nothing like the sound of the feel of the heavy duties, which unfortunately, if I think. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hello, Sam. You alright? Cellist. Cellist, recall.
Check, speed brake, auto, we're aware of the procedure for extending that.
Yep. Auto brake.
3.
Landing data.
So we've got we've got flaps 25, rework of 149, but we'll put 154 is a bug.
The only thing we need is just the minimums.
Oh, we do, don't we? That's a good point.
ILS ceiling.
That was your second test of the day.
Yep. 500. I've got.
Yep. Oh, I think I can agree with you there.
That line's died again. And that's just down to the approach brief.
Okay. But I think we discussed the approach briefing sufficiently.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you have control of the radios.
I have control, thank you very much.
Yes, it is quite a weekly undertaking, Worldflight, I have to admit.
Loads of 19.
Yeah, he cleared us to 190 at our own discretion, didn't he?
Yeah, when ready, as long as we're level by Trapini.
Yeah, so we've got that in there as a restriction. Chewie is probably going to be hit on the next leg, if you're interested.
Yeah, he's doing the flight over to Samos. So what I understand is that there isn't a giveaway on this leg, but they've got some set up for the next leg. Dave will be looking after that.
I think that should be a good one, the next one. I think something I'd like to do.
Yeah.
I'll just stay tuned to find out what we're going to be doing, but
That's right.
it's going to be worth it. No, definitely going to be worth it though. Chewie will be physically in the flight deck at the back.
Sim from Brazil, thanks very much. The guys work hard at keeping these things as the SOPs, the British Airways SOPs, and
What are you doing? It's
do a
okay, it's
great
fine.
job.
Yeah.
That's what Peter was telling me to do.
What, to press it?
Yeah.
As like, what is that? As in like a confirmation kind of thing?
Yeah. Ah.
But it was happily, it was starting to do it. Sorry.
Naughty.
That was a very womanly slap. Off. It's a lovely looking day out there, I have to admit, isn't it?
Nice.
Glorious. Lovely part of the world.
I still use FS9 in my sim too, so it's been working well, but I don't get in it as often as I would like to, but with the old PCs that I have, FS9's working well, but when you see what's available now, and I know on many of these legs we've had Orbix scenery available in the raffle, and when I look at that scenery, I just think there's nothing better. It's
Fantastic, literally fantastic.
Yeah.
Could you please confirm our arrival again for runway 25, please?
Doesn't like that profile.
Well, I did adjust it to 8.2 and 315. However, it's maybe slightly the ground speed, but there's nothing wrong with using the speed brake, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It's just joining back on profile now, so it's going to start. But it should start pitching up.
Better to attack it early and get it under
Yeah.
control than leave it to run away with itself.
Quite a harsh restriction though, isn't it?
What, 190?
Yeah.
Well, that 190 is we're sort of. It's about, well, I guess, 50 odd miles to the airfield by there.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do. I'm going to put a speed restraint of 250 at 11,000, just to help it.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, contact Palermo 9,
Approach.
Approach 20.2 or 0.8?
Can you just confirm the frequency for 47 Charlie, please?
Speedbird 47 Charlie, 130.
1202 47 Charlie. Approach, good afternoon, 47 Charlie with you, descending flight level 190, trailing 2 Delta arrival, runway 25. Flight level 130, speedbird 47 Charlie. That's right, I was going to do that.
A weak frequency, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voice servers are a bit quiet this morning. The airport's just pretty much our 1 o'clock there.
It is about, I think you find it's just the other side of
Of the rock.
it's over there.
Lathe 23 says, going to talk this evening with Eric Moody, the BA captain on the 742 that lost all its engines in the Volcanicosh.
That's cool,
Ash.
eh?
Yeah, I've watched a number of documentaries on that. That was impressive.
One of our quickest flights, isn't it? Well, 58 minutes.
Look at that terrain down there.
It's great.
Nice fluffy clouds as well.
Indeed.
That's great, that's really good. Ah, good boy. That was your third test.
Yep.
So I should be. So the airport is literally just there by that rock that sticks out. Down.
Oh yeah, I can see the runway there. That's cool.
Beautiful. Think how many holidaymakers from Algiers there must be for British Airways to put a 747 flight
Yeah.
to Palermo.
It's a very popular destination.
Yeah, great food, great wine.
Parch going underneath.
1,000 to go.
Check. I'll stop remembering about the speed. Level out. Was it 250?
Well, you could probably go for for that point.
Yeah.
I think it was 250, wasn't it?
Maybe it's going to give us a heading on it. I think it is.
Maintain and present heading 47 Charlie. Oh, I see there's some traffic there, isn't it?
What was it? Ah, yeah. Oh, it's going to our level as well. Interesting.
I wouldn't worry too much about the hike, 'cause it's still quite a
Yeah,
reasonable
we're just
arc
over the
around.
sea now. Cool. Quiet, is it, mate?
It's quiet.
To happen at one point would be lovely.
I've seen it used, I don't know how it works.
I was
didn't know.
impressed though.
How do you turn it on?
Off path,
Oh, then it is.
select on. Do you know what it does?
I know it's for calculated speed if you use the speed brake.
What's that? 6,000 and 101847 Charlie.
I know it's like the energy circles if you use the speed brake or not.
Do you want to set standards?
Yes, we can do.
That's
H1009 through 12.9. Yeah,
1018.
those are 1018.
Yep. 1018.
12.6, yeah.
Yep. Check. Oh, we had a donation.
By the way, me and you put a bit of paper in there as well.
Ah. Good timing. Sydney, £1. Greetings to the lucky passengers to enjoy the landing in
Palermo.
the first row. Yes, thank you. You've literally run our paper out, so we managed to add that onto our log.
Get a turn at some point. That'll be nice, wouldn't
Heading 12047 Charlie.
it? This by land, you.
You want to?
Pretty quick, aren't we? That's alright. Tips are appreciated. Cabin is ready.
Let's keep this on for now. Just those is fine.
I don't know why we've not taken out so far. There's nobody about.
Oh, yeah, keep on below. There you go. So there's one there. Director 120847 Charlie, thanks. Director 47 Charlie with you descending 6,000 heading 120.
People 47 Charlie, director buongiorno, 5,000 feet in H1018.
5,000 QNH101847 Charlie.
5,101.
Morning from 390, turn right heading 180.
Do an approach checklist?
Please.
Can you report your speed?
Approach checklist, altimeters.
Set. QNH1018 passing 80 now.
Checked. Approach checklist
Morning
complete.
390,
Lovely.
that's too slow for me. I have 370, or correction, 747 behind you.
70's going too slow.
180.
Oh god, he was doing less than. Right, is it worth us starting coming back then if he's going to go slow?
Yeah, we can do. Do you want to go? Well,
Only from 390, speed 180.
bye, Martin. The Curry has had a detrimental effect on many of our bowels.
7 Charlie, turn right, heading 170, speed 180.
Heading at 170, speed 18047 Charlie.
Yeah, man. So that all in the pump must have been going like 160.
I would have just given him a delaying vector.
Do you want to slow us down a little bit?
Yeah. Flaps 1, please.
Flaps 1.
Only 1390, turn right, heading 210, 311, runway 25.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
For Charlie, descent 4000.
4047 Charlie.
Flaps 10, please.
Flaps 10.
Would it be okay to wind back to 180 then?
Yep. Probably say 300 on the vertical speed as well. Quite full that.
And it last frequency, yeah, different runway 25.
One thousand to go.
Yeah. No terrain threats about, you know.
Hey?
No terrain threats about, you know.
No, just
And it was 390, you meet the localizer, turn right, heading 280 swing set.
Gone through a patch of turbulence, huh?
oh yeah, it's getting a little bit windy there, isn't it?
And it was 390, correct, descent, you are clear to descend on the line already.
The approach checklist.
We've done the approach
checklist. I
checklist.
can't remember if we've done it or not. Don't know what.
We just
time
got the
zone
landing
it is.
checklist to do.
Yeah.
Yes, ATC definitely has them too slow and too low.
Right, heading 220, clear time, runway 2.
Right heading 220 cleared ILS Zulu runway 2547 Charlie.
But sadly, the aircraft that was ahead of us was asked to speed up to 180. So they had obviously slowed down the chain of aircraft coming in.
There is now aeronautical 390 that's approved, clear to the visual approach.
It's not happy, is it?
It keeps sprawling up and down.
There, 390, you can switch to tower 119,
Well, the wind's going up, but it's like it's going up like 10 knots there. We're getting some off the mountains, isn't it?
Fine. Lock green.
Before Charlie, do you have the ILS active?
Hey, fam, we're just going to grab it on the localizer now.
Perfect, thank you. Report when established on the guidance.
I will go.
It may have been the aircraft ahead because they requested a visual approach, so they may have didn't believe the ILS was working.
Yeah. Well, what are we with? 15 out?
Before 7 Charlie, you can reduce to your minimum approach speed when you want. And yes, in fact, I was doubting the ILS was working because you passed it up.
Oh, he's on. You're watching on stream. Roger that. Cleared a minute approach speed for 7 Charlie.
Flaps 20, please.
That was 20.
Lies slopes up.
But the wind looked like it's calmed down a
Oh,
little
there
bit.
we are.
Oh, I was gonna say it's pretty hazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I can-
Oh, the aircraft got loads of room in the
Yeah.
lead ahead. He wants you to report on the glide.
He does, doesn't he? And 47 Charlie established ILS Zulu runway 25.
Kilo 47 Charlie, thank you. Traffic information. The preceding traffic is going around. Is at your 1 o'clock at 10 miles. And you can switch to tower 119.05. Bye. Happy landing.
Roger that, we've got the traffic on the display, so we'll just keep an eye on him. Thanks to the great traffic. ATC has been fantastic. 47 Charlie. 1905.
25 clip off 411.
Tower, speedbird 47 Charlie established, runway 25.
Hello, sorry, who called?
Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Yeah.
It's windy, it keeps going up by about 10 knots.
47 Charlie, please continue.
Continue 47 Charlie. So it's probably going to drop by about another 10 knots before we
Radio altimeter.
get down to the threshold.
Look at it.
Alpha 411. Contact.
Get up, please.
Get out.
120, that's 120. Approach is 120.20. Ciao. 120, that's 120.
Flaps 25.
That was 25. You like a landing checklist?
Please, and you can book VRF plus 5, please.
Yes. Landing checklist. Speed brake.
Down,
Landing gear.
down.
Flaps.
25, selected.
Cabin report.
Has been received.
Excellent.
47 Charlie.
Plan checklist complete.
Gas 21 knots.
Roger, clear to land, runway 254, Charlie. Right,
Whenever you want to.
I'll take control.
Oh yes.
Thank you. Okay, let's just look at that. Beautiful.
Scenery's amazing, isn't it?
Awesome.
Yeah, that is quite the piece of rock.
Did you want idle reverse, sorry?
Yes, please, on reverse.
1,000.
That gust is horrible. I'll make it mine.
50 above.
500.
Decide.
Continuing. Okay. Come back, come back.
One 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Deleting.
Well done.
Speed there 24, are you with me?
Lovely work. That's flip speed.
Speed there 24, line of the weight, runway 25.
Right. And forward idle, please.
Not what I done.
Okay,
Oh,
runway 3.
95%.
That's it.
Sounds like Craig, things working.
That was great.
That's free rudder if you need it.
Yes, now it's landed, so please land up on point. Hey, Tower Pathway 357, we're holding short. Speedbird 47 Charlie, please continue taxi and you can use runway 20 on your right
That's one.
to
Yep.
taxi.
Let's make it round to runway 20, speed with 47 Charlie.
Speedbird 24, now I noticed another plane, sorry, my mistake. Pathway 357, are you with me? Hey, Sam, Pathway 357. Yeah, please land at the wait for 85, thank you. I'm up on wait 25, Pathway 357. Speed 47 Charlie, take your left right on Tango to exit runway and then contact ground on 121.62.
Next right to vacate and then ground 121.65, speed with 47 Charlie, good day.
6-2. 21
6-2.
6-2.
Monitor Tower 119, that's not your 50, bye.
Monitor Tower 119, 70255.
Ground, good afternoon, speed with 47 Charlie.
Mariana 905, Monitor Tower 119, that's not your 50.
Don't start.
Yeah, do you want to do 2 and 3 for me, please?
119.05. Mariana 9.
Round on speed 47 Charlie vacated.
They probably can't understand your northern tones.
Station call you please say again.
Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, hello, Palermo ground, continue taxi Tango, left November to stand 107.
Tango, left November, stand 107, Speedbird
So
47 Charlie.
Okay, oh look at that.
Oh, well there.
Asia's World
Yeah,
City. Nice.
That's cool.
So that's left. Say 107 was that, Riley?
A firm.
107, so that's left.
Tango and November.
Oh.
Mike Charlie 012, pushback and startup are approved, facing south.
Approved.
Oh. Do you want to do after landing checks?
Yes.
Please?
It's a silent one, isn't it?
I can't remember. It might be actually.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
oh, there we go. And then we do it first right here.
Samsung 1 Juliet to Whiskey, Palermo ground, pushback and startup are approved, caution, level 747 approaching taxiway November.
Palermo ground, number 1 ready for taxi 423.
Number 001, taxi holding point Delta via Delta.
I didn't realise this was 107.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit high, I think. Let's take it there. It's busy.
Just waiting for the AP to finish firing up.
Okay.
Yes sir, confirm runway 20.
Come on. Bosh. Oh, that's that one, isn't it?
Yep.
I push it down?
Yep. Shut down.
Bop, 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 bop. Shut down. Ready?
Yep.
Parking brake.
Is set.
Hydraulic demand pumps.
They are off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, sorry. Cabin doors to manual and cross check, please.
Nice Charlie 1 2 taxi to holding point Delta runway 20 via Romeo and Delta.
Beacon.
Off.
Doors.
Manual.
We should be coming manual in a second.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta find that.
Fuel cutoff. Sorry, fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Transponder.
Is off and standby.
Yep. Seatbelt signs.
Off.
And a car's post flight.
Completed.
Lovely.
Excellent.
The shutdown complete.
Wonderful.
Lovely.
Good go.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good stuff, bro. Really.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Lovely landing.
Oh, oh, I just realised we can't print it because did I pay
No
for
paper. That's the one.
Okay. Excellent. Dave is up next. Not sure who his co-pilot is, but I think there might be a certain Wookiee fella here. So thank you for joining us. They'll be giving away a pretty fantastic prize as well. So get your wallets. Just giving Streamlabs out.
So it's Simon and Dave.
Simon and Dave.
Jimmy
Excellent.
and Social Cal.
Excellent. Right, gents.
Lovely work.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
We shall see you later.
External power is available. Yes?